Hey guys, Jatin here with Rockgrow. Consultative Sales, one of the most important video of our social selling course. Before we start the discussion, let me, ask you a quick question. Guys, have you ever asked a doctor for discount? Have you ever ignored their prescription or advice? Have you ever said him that treatment you have suggested is very costly and we don't want to go ahead with this? No, never. Why? Because doctor always follow consultative sales, where they first identify your pain areas by asking you quick questions around your health, then suggesting you some test to get a strong reference point before suggesting you to go for an expensive treatment. Now try to understand their approach. They are talking everything about you, your pain areas, basically your health condition, your test report, the test report that you recently conducted, then recommended, then you must go for this treatment by taking strong reference point of test report plus the pain areas. Hence in this video we gonna learn how to become doctor for your buyers to sell them your services and products 3x faster. Let me share the pain points or concerned areas that we're gonna address today. First one we have is poor connection acceptance ratio. Post you send out a connect request to your clients, they though review your profile but never accept your connect request, although you have included a personalized note as well. Well, for this, please watch part 1 of social selling course, that is how to make a buyer oriented LinkedIn profile to improve connection acceptance ratio. A quick tip, never make your profile a sales or BD oriented. Rather than become a consultant, become an advisor or a management profile. That usually works. Second we have is prospect are not replying to the messages. This is something very common. We kept on texting them, then follow up messages, but no response at all. Another one we have is their response are not fruitful. Well, if by any chance they respond by respecting our continuous follow-ups maybe, but the response is not fruitful. Generally it's like your maybe connect in the future, maybe we don't have any requirements, or please stop texting me. So let's say you really have a great day and you finally scored a demo, or we can say a second level discussion with them, but post demo, post the demonstration call, they become dormant, that is non-responsive. This, there is something wrong we might be doing here, because if prospect is giving you his 30 to 45 minutes to understand your product and then becoming non-responsive, it's clearly mean that during the demo you never ask his pain points or concerned areas and kept on talking about yourself only. Next we have is facing difficulty in closing deals. Well, if you don't have a good demo, you never understand their pain points, then despite of making 100 to 120 calls per day, or maybe doing 4 to 5 meetings per week, you may not be able to close deals. Hence there would be a decline in your business revenue. Hence, we're gonna cover today everything around these mentioned pointers, except the LinkedIn, connection buyer-oriented LinkedIn profile. That gonna help you guys to basically transform your sales process from product selling to consultative selling in order to yield result 3x faster. Okay, first of all, let me share the common or usual process of sales or BD people trying to sell their service or product in the first ever interaction with the prospect. This is usually termed as product selling approach. Message usually, goes like this. If you carefully observe this particular message, this is all about me approach, my product, my services, my company website, hence zero conversion. Now what happening here? Although you are reaching out to, let's say, 30 to 40 audience in a day, but the conversion rate would be poor. Hence this will contribute to failure if you keep on doing the same thing again and again. because this is all about me approach, my product, my services, its pricing, my website, its benefit, hence you are nowhere near to what prospect might be looking forward to. Hence, we generally categorized social selling into two parts. One is product selling, other one is consultative selling. Product selling is something that we are doing currently, where we follow the approach like me, me, and me. That is my product, its services, its cost, its benefits, and everything about me and my product, which also revolve around the same aspect. Again, the example which we took earlier. It's all about me approach. Here you can get the information like my company website, my company product, its services, its benefits, and everything around it. Now, what generally happen? People never respond to these type of messages. We kept on texting them the pre-formatted template with more features and cheap pricing without even consulting client what exactly could be his pain areas where you can hit for better conversion. So what's the solution? Well, it's consultative selling. Let me share the approach of a consultative seller. A consultative selling is all about you approach, where first of all you try to understand what could be the pain areas of your prospect, sharing some demand generating articles from authenticated sources, and then hitting the pain points with your solution. Exactly how doctors treat their patient, the example that we took earlier. Later, we will also discuss how to identify those pain areas of your customer with the help of quick questionnaire. Let me highlight, some of the pointers or a differentiating table between product selling and consultative selling to make you realize what you are currently doing that is not working and what exactly you have to do. Okay, in this table, in the upcoming slides, we're going to categorize the sales outreach pitches as product selling and consultative selling. On left side, we have product selling. On right side, we have consultative selling. First example we have is initiating the conversation by talking about my product. Hence, opting for all about me approach, the example that we took earlier. Consultative selling, on the other hand, is like understanding the current scenario of prospect initially by sharing the background research about prospect's business and then evaluating the pain points of prospects by asking this set of questions. Next we have is product selling, salespeople usually pre-assume what customer want. In this type of the sales process, the salesperson keep on highlighting and talking about its product and features. On the other hand, consultative salespeople, they usually try to understand what customer want. Hence, initially they listen to the customer and then they frame customized pitches that focus on the buyer's pain point by highlighting the ROI that they can expect and also sharing some client success stories. Next we have is product selling people usually elaborate all the features, advantages without even understanding what could be the exact pain area where your which feature that exactly solve the pain areas of your buyer where you need to highlight it. Whereas on the other side, the consultative salespeople, they try to understand the need by asking consultative question and then quoting the features or advantages by taking example of their existing clients. Next we have in case of product selling, these people usually focus on promoting their product. Hence kept on talking about its features, pricing, advantages, specifications and everything around it. Whereas if we talk about consultative salespeople, they believe in first making it more informational based on the buyer's need, hence making him realize the pain point to make a effective sale. Next we have is, the product selling people, their end objective is kept on explaining product features and benefits and close the deal ASAP at any negotiated price. Whereas the consultative salespeople, they believe in first solving the existing need of the buyer and then try and create new needs, hence building trust, relationship then closing an effective high amount deal. Okay, so guys, one important thing that I would like to quote here, if you're gonna follow the consultative sales approach, that always classify your prospect as high priority and low priority. Let me tell you why. So a prospect who is not in the market to buy and just exploring options for now, with no decision making power and with no budget allocation, would be a waste of time if we spend a lot of efforts on them. Hence, prioritize them as low priority. We're gonna put in some efforts, but not the extra efforts. Whereas someone who is the decision maker and is in the market to buy, or maybe an influencer in the decision making prospect process, is worth to spend time. So let me tell you, your journey towards the consultative sales. Well, your journey towards the consultative sale would not be easy. And this involves a lot of consultation steps. First of all, you must know everything about your product, and then your client success story, testimonials, and then everything about the prospect, the current structure of their organization, their pain points if possible, and a lot more. Again, how to ask the questions, the consultative sales questions, to generate demand, or maybe to make the prospect identify their need, could be tricky sometime as well. Let me tell you why. Let's say that you initiated a call with a prospect and ask him the very first question, like, why you want to spend next 30 minutes with us? You are now making the prospect uncomfortable. Hence, this could be tricky as well. You can ask this question, but when to ask is the thing. Next we have, let's say, you only work with companies over 1,000 plus employee size, and as an evaluation phase, you ask the prospect very first question, like, how many employees are there with your company? The prospect would be like, dude, haven't you done any research before coming on this call? So the point I would like to put here, consultative sales works, but again, you need to understand how to move ahead and strategize the same. The same we will be discussing in our next video. Along with this, we will also understand the doctor's consultative sales strategy to sell the end product or seller or services faster and efficiently. Namaskar.